We are back in the kitchen with Executive Chef Tom Freimuth from Talking Stick Resort and Wayne Tormala. He is the Men's Health Coordinator for the Department of Health Services. It is Men's Health Week, and our sponsor, Arizona Smokers Helpline, thought it would be a great idea to make some guy food and a little healthier. So in the first segment, we made the portobello mushrooms. And I tell you,
mushrooms.
When we started it, it just looked like a big old mushroom, but now it actually looks like a steak.
Big old mushroom, looks like a steak. Sometimes you can take the gills out if you'd like, if you don't like the color, but I like all the flavor and color as long as it's clean. I've also reduced a little bit of red wine with some nice little tomatoes. You can use any tomatoes, just so they get wilted and soft, a little bit of salt and a squeeze of black pepper, and that's a great tasty, healthy appetizer.
You know, I'm not a big mushroom fan when it comes to having mushrooms that are raw, but when you saute it and marinate it and cook it, it's amazing the flavor. It just changes so much.
It reduces the liquid. We add some flavors to it, and it reduces the natural liquids in it, and it concentrates the flavor. Oh, that's why with cooked mushrooms are hard to beat.
It's delicious.
It's like it comes to life, huh?
It does. I want to get to what we're going to make next, and then Wayne, hold on, because I want to talk to you about men's health, because it's so important. But what we're going to make a spinach salad?
We're going to make a spinach salad, and you know, everybody sees the spinach at the store. It's easy to work with. I wrote the recipes for about 4 people. If I could grab my bowl over here.
So what you're making now is good for a family of 4.
Good for a family of 4, yep.
All right, well, while you're doing that, we're sort of going to follow along, and we are going to have these recipes online. But Wayne, I want to come back to you. There are a couple of really important things that men can do to keep themselves healthy.
Right.
And a lot of times it does mean the women sort of needs to nudge them a little bit. So this is really for everybody out there.
Well, it is for everybody. We talk to men, and we also talk to the women and people in their lives to be their full support system. Number 1, men shouldn't use tobacco.
Okay.
Now, I mentioned earlier that 85,000 men quit smoking in Arizona last year. That was great.
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
That's a lot of men.
We're just very proud of Arizona men for doing that. It's just tremendous. For men who are still using tobacco and having a hard time quitting, we suggest they call the ASH line.
Okay.
1-800-556-6222. They have nearly a 50% success rate, which is just tremendous compared to the fact that maybe cold turkey is 3% successful.
So let's talk a little bit about that health line. As you know, there's a guy out there, he's smoking, but he doesn't like it. He calls the number. You know, what kind of thing are they going to talk about? Are they just going to put him to resources? Are they going to try to talk him off the ledge? What are they going to do?
Well, the first thing is they're going to just confirm the fact that, you know, it took probably a lot of courage to even call. But they're going to be a coach. They're going to provide a personal coach. They're going to look at what's unique in your life. What are the strengths we can work with?
And where does the stress come from, right?
Where does the stress come from? When's a good time to quit? Maybe there's an upcoming birthday or anniversary. Maybe today's not the day. Let's talk about the reasons why you want to quit using tobacco. It's probably for your health. It's probably so you feel better, more productive on the job, but it's also for your family and friends because they want you around longer. So we give you a personal coach that match your specific interests, and that it's free. And you
they
can
get their own little cheerleader.
You get your own little cheerleader, and they can walk you through the process. If you have setbacks, they come back with you. For many people, it's the most difficult thing they'll ever do in their life is to quit using tobacco.
Yeah, my dad smoked for many, many years. He quit cold turkey.
Right.
He did it, and he has. I remember as a kid saying, "Daddy, please stop smoking," and he finally did. So I mean, every year on the anniversary, it's such a huge deal.
Oh, it's something to celebrate.
All right.
So number 2.
Yeah.
Is we want people to be active. We want men to be active. And for a lot of men, that doesn't mean you have to run a marathon. It doesn't mean you have to be a super athlete. If you can find 30 minutes a day, and the most important thing is to find something that you have fun with. Because if you have fun, there's more likely you're going to continue it. My favorite saying is, if it's not fun, it gets undone.
If it's not
if it's not fun, it gets undone.
Right.
So find something, walk the dog, you know, park a little farther from the store when you go shopping. Just be active. Number 3,
eat.
We got Chef Tom doing it right now. Eat.
Have Chef Tom cook for you? Is that number 3?
Yes. Tom, you can get to everybody's house today, right?
All right,
sure,
Tom,
no
we
problem.
just sort of missed the rest of this, but it looked like it went really fast. So let's sort of recap. And Wayne, we're going to talk to you again, definitely. But don't you think it's really important we see how he made this?
I want to be able to taste it.
We talked about those big, bold flavors again.
Is this garlic?
That is a fennel bulb.
Oh, okay.
That was previously roasted. So if we have fresh fennel, we're going to take it, we're going to cut it down. Okay, cut the tops off, cut it in half, take the root out. Okay. Then we're just going to coat it in some olive oil, cut it in quarters, and throw it in a pan, throw it in the oven, and then it comes out nice and caramelized.
What does fennel taste like? An
A little bit
onion?
like, no, like licorice.
Like
Little-
licorice?
Yeah.
Can you eat it raw?
You can. It's very,
Licoricey?
well, I can't say licoricey, but it's very
All right.
refreshing.
Well,
It's very refreshing. It takes on a whole different flavor when it's roasted.
Oh, yeah, it does.
It definitely adds some complexity to the
Yeah,
salad.
it's different.
Now, we take red onions. You know, some people like to eat them raw, but once you put red onion to some fire or to some heat.
And some balsamic.
And some balsamic and some, excuse me, some olive oil, salt and pepper. You know, that's just going to pack a whole lot of flavor once again.
Well, I think this
So-
is also going to be really neat for people to try this recipe. Maybe they haven't done stuff like this. So we want to let everyone know that they can go to eatwellbewell.org and you can get a lot of nutrition information. And we are going to be cooking again in our third segment, but we also want to mention that this is all brought to you by Arizona Smokers Helpline. What's that number again?
1-800-556-6222.
Perfect. All right, so we're cooking and we're helping men be better and have, you know,
Some
be
tasty
healthy all
food.
the way around. Some yummy food.
Yummy food, yep.
All right, final segment. What are we making when we come back?
A turkey steak.
A turkey steak.
Highly seasoned turkey steak.
Yum.
You'd
All
be
right.
surprised.
Wayne is with me. We are so there.
We're ready.